Hello friends, welcome to Tulsi classes. Today in the ATC playlist we will add a video in which resolution of vectors will be given. This video will be on resolution of vectors. Now in vectors we have learned addition of vectors, subtraction of vectors, what is a vector, equality of vector. Today we will learn resolution of vectors as this is necessary in the chapter kinematics, and anywhere else also work done needs to be found out, their dot product is required. That we will talk about when we will learn about those cases. Now resolution of vectors. Suppose there is a vector A. See here, from the dotted line I am showing arrowhead is in this direction. You can see my finger, this direction. This is small a, vector A. It is making angle alpha and beta. The angle alpha is being made with x-axis, and with y-axis it is making beta angle, the A vector. Now what is the meaning of resolution? Resolution means this vector will have some component in the horizontal direction, some component in the vertical direction. Like if you see here, if there is a notebook placed on a table, this is a notebook placed on a table, and you will push it in this direction, your friend will push it in horizontal direction. Horizontal, suppose horizontally rightwards, right, and the book is placed on the table. So two directions are there. One is in this direction, that arrow has been shown in the front direction, and one is in the right direction. So what will happen to the book? The book will neither move completely right nor in the front direction. It will move slightly like this, somewhat like this. That means neither right nor upward. Between right and up direction it will move. Why? Because the force that has been applied is the net force, which is the addition of two vector. Force vector which is in the right side, and another vector which is pointing in the front direction on the book. So we can say that the resolved, or you can say the resultant vector, this resultant vector has some component in the right direction and some component in the upward direction. So two components are there. That is the case here also. A vector has two components, one along x direction, one along y direction. Now how do we write this? See this vector A. The vector A, this is written as A is equal to Ax I cap. Wait a minute. Vector A is A cos alpha I cap plus A cos beta j cap. Now what is I cap and what is j cap? In your class 11th and 12th, in class 11th only you must have read I cap and j cap. These are called unit vectors. That means their magnitude of I is also a vector. So if it is a vector, you may ask that it should be written like this, I vector. Yes, you are correct. This thing and this thing both can be used to represent I vector. This is called I cap. What this is called? I cap. And this is similarly j cap. I cap and j cap, their magnitude is 1 unit only. Here also 1 unit, here also 1 unit. But the direction of I vector, is along positive x direction, and this j vector has the direction in the positive y axis, and unit is 1. That's why they are called unit vector along x axis, unit vector along y axis. So the vector A, its value is A cos alpha I cap. That means towards the x direction, in the positive x direction, if we will use a vector, its magnitude will be A cos alpha. A cos alpha, this value from here to here. Suppose A cos alpha, this is the magnitude, and direction, this is pointing in positive x direction. Another vector A cos beta, this is beta, cos beta, it is here. So A cos beta, and this is A cos alpha, magnitude. I am talking about magnitude. A cos alpha, this is A cos beta. A cos alpha, A cos beta. and magnitude of A cos alpha, sorry, direction of A cos alpha is I cap direction. That means x-axis, positive x-axis, this is in positive y-axis. So basically this is addition of vector only in the reverse direction. A cos I cap plus A cos beta j cap, A cos alpha I cap and A cos beta j cap. And you can write similarly if a third direction, that means k cap is used. Suppose if, I am writing first if vector is resolved in 3-dimensional plane, sorry, not plane, in 3 dimensions. If the vector is resolved in 3 dimensions, so one more dimension will be there. So if x, y have unit vectors, z will also have one unit vector. Its magnitude will be 1 and its name, it is represented by k cap. So A will become now vector A if the vector is resolved in 3 dimensions. A cos alpha I cap plus this will be same A cos beta j cap plus A cos gamma k cap. What is this k cap? K cap is a unit vector along positive z direction and gamma is the angle that the vector, that the given vector is making with z axis. Gamma is the angle which vector A makes with positive z, this is z, okay, z axis. So with positive z axis, gamma is the angle and k cap is the unit vector along z axis. So you can resolve the vector where it is used. See, in ATC a question came in 2021, that is 2021, a question came there. 4 vectors were given. 4 vectors were given 1, 2, 3, 4. Angle between first and second vector, the angle between second and third vector, and the angle between third and fourth vector. So these were given 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree and 120 degree. You may not be able to understand orally. I will take that question and you will see that using this method or this concept only, we will solve that question easily. Now, as we have done resolution of vector, that means vectors are resolved into its component. We will do one question based on this. Let us move to the question. Our question is saying a force of 10.5 Newton acts on a particle along a direction making an angle of 37 degree with the vertical. Find the component of the force in the vertical direction. That means if we will make a diagram for this short diagram, it will be like this. This is the y-axis, that is vertical direction, and this is the dotted line represents z-axis, that is horizontal direction. Now a force which is 10.5 Newton in magnitude and 37 degree with the vertical. See here, if I will make here with other color, obviously, this is the force. This force, suppose let its name be F. F vector is making 37 degree with the vertical. The angle is 37 degree and what we have to find? The component of the force in the vertical direction. Each and every vector can be resolved in any direction. Either we can resolve it in x and y direction, or if it is acting such that we can resolve it in 3 directions, then x, y and z axis can also be taken. Just one thing you have to keep in mind, that we have to find cosine of the angle which it is making with the direction along which we have to find its component. Here we have to find the component of the angle along vertical direction, along vertical. So we will find the cosine of that angle which this vector is making in the vertical direction. In the vertical direction, it is making 37 degree angle. So cos 37 degree will give its magnitude in the vertical direction. That is called its component of this vector. So let us find what will be the answer. F. The component answer will be this. I am writing answer. F is equal to F cos. Let the component. Let us write component. Component along vertical direction vertical direction is equal to, how much it will become? We will write the magnitude of F. First magnitude, what is the magnitude? 10.5 Newton, this is the magnitude, multiplied by cos of the angle that it is making, 37 degree. Now 10.5 multiplied by cos 37 degree. Keep in mind one thing, that cos 37 degrees value will never be given to you, because it is easy to remember and the examiner thinks that it is standard and candidate will remember it. See, I am making here, if this is 37 degree in a right angle triangle, the other angle will become 53 degree obviously, and 37 degree and 53 degree, two angles are there in a right angle triangle, so the sides are in the ratio 3:4 and other hypotenuse will be 5. Hypotenuse will be 5 units and the two sides will be in the ratio 3:4. That's why we can say cos 37 degree, cos is base by hypotenuse, so it will become 4/5. That means 10.5 multiplied by cos 37. You can see from the figure, it will become 4/5, which is equal to how much? Cancel it. 5 ones are 5, 2s are 1s are, point will be there, 2.1 into 4, that is 8.4 Newton. This is the component of the force in the vertical direction. In this way, you can use the concept. Now let us move to our next concept that I am writing on the board. So the next concept is addition of vector using their components in various axes. Till now what we learned? Till now we have learned that the resultant vector, its magnitude, the magnitude of resultant vector A and B, if they are two vectors, we give it by A square plus B square plus 2 into A into B into cos theta, where theta is the angle made between the vectors A and B, and this is A square plus B square, magnitude of A, its square, then magnitude of B square plus 2AB cos theta. Till now we have learned this thing as the addition of two vectors. Now we will learn adding two vectors using their components in various directions. Suppose there is a vector A and there is another vector B. A and B, two vectors are there. Vector A, which is written as AX I cap. I cap, I have told you, this is unit vector along x axis. AX is the magnitude of this A vector along the x axis, plus so vector A is equal to AX I cap plus AY j cap plus AZ k cap. In the same way, a vector B is there. It is written as BX. BX, what is this AX and BX? When we will resolve, as just now I have told you, resolution of vectors. Whenever we will resolve the vector B, then the magnitude which will be in the x direction, magnitude of vector B in the x direction is written as BX, and direction is positive x direction, that is represented by I cap, positive y direction along y direction, so direction is given by j cap, and the magnitude of this B vector in the y direction after resolution, that will be written as by j cap. In the same way, bz k cap. So two vectors A and B are written in their component form. See, components using their component in various axes. Now we have written this breaking into components. Now if somebody will ask you, add vector A and B, so what will be vector A plus vector B? You will say we will add those magnitudes which are in the same direction, like I cap. So AX plus BX I cap. That means along the positive x axis, this is I cap, along the positive x axis we will add magnitude of both the vectors. That means vector A's magnitude along x axis, vector B's magnitude along x axis. They together will be added, and net, that is resultant. Suppose this is R vector, resultant vector, its magnitude along the positive x axis will be AX plus BX. Now the resultant vectors magnitude in the positive y axis, that is j cap, we will add these two, AY plus BY j cap means along the y axis, and then plus we will add az plus bz. Now it will become k cap. In this way we can add two vectors using their components. Add ax plus bx, these both are magnitudes. Ay by are magnitudes, az bz are magnitudes, and their respective directions are I cap, j cap and k cap. Now talking about angle, if angle between vector A and vector B is alpha, suppose, then tan alpha is equal to, what will be the value of tan alpha? Tan alpha will be equal to ay plus by divided by ax plus bx. So this will be the value of tan alpha, and this is the case when vectors are resolved in x and y axis. That means in two axes only. If we are resolving the vector x and y along x and y axis, then tan alpha will be equal to ay plus by divided by ax plus bx. Now let us take a look on a question based on this concept. The question here is saying sum of three vectors shown below, this is the figure, is 0. That means their resultant is 0. Find the magnitudes of OB and OC. OB and OC are not given. OA is given 5 meter. The magnitude of OA vector is 5 meter. The unit is meter. Now we have to find OB and OC. The first thing that you have to see here is the diagram is given along x and y axis. Two perpendicular axes are there. This is x axis and this is y axis. So here it will be helpful for you to add the vectors using components only, and as the resultant is 0, this is the key word here, as the resultant is 0, so the resultant or you can say the magnitude of the resultant vector along x axis will also be 0. The magnitude of the resultant vector along the y axis, they will be 0. It will also be 0, sorry. So let us find the magnitude along x direction. Magnitudes along x axis. So magnitude along x axis, let us find. First we will find the magnitude of OA vector along x axis. So what will be the magnitude of OA vector along x axis? OA, we will write the magnitude of OA cos. Along the x axis it is making 90 degree angle, we can see, so cos 90 degree. Now we all know cos 90 degree is 0, so this will become 0. Magnitude of OA vector along x axis is 0. Now OB, this is a vector OB, its magnitude along x axis, that will be OB cos. What this OB is making with the x direction, positive x direction, what is the angle that is being made? It is 0 degree. 0 degree as it is along the x direction. OB cos 0 degree is equal to OB only, as cos 0 degree is equal to 1. Now OC is also resolved in both directions, that is y axis and x axis. Along the x axis its magnitude will be OC. This is given 45 degree. Now cos 45 degree, and as when this vector will be resolved, its resolution will be like this. See here, two vectors, one along x axis, one along negative x axis and one along positive y axis, negative x and positive y. So due to the negative x axis we will put a minus sign, minus OC cos 45 degree as the resultant, as this. When you will resolve this OC vector, it will be like the one that I have shown here in two directions. That's why we have written minus OC cos 45 degree. Let us erase this. This was to explain you. Now let me draw the diagram here. Yes. So OC minus OC cos 45 degree. What is cos 45 degree? It is 1 by root 2. So minus 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2 OC. Along x-axis magnitudes have been written. OA cos 90 degree, that is 0, OB cos 0 degree, which is OB, and minus OC cos 45 degree, that is equal to minus OC by root 2. Now, as I told you, the sum of the vectors, 3 vectors, is 0. So, in the x-axis, their component will be 0. Now, let me write it here, right side. So, as sum is 0, the magnitude of resultant vector along x-axis. What is the magnitude of the resultant vector along x-axis? We will add all this. Just now I have told you ax plus bx we have to add, and the direction will be I cap. So here see, O, 3 vectors are there, OA, OB, OC. So we will write 0 plus OB minus 1 by root 2 OC. We have added the magnitudes of these 3 vectors, 0 plus OB minus 1 by root 2 OC. This must be equal to 0 as the resultant is being given 0. Now let us find OB. You will get OB is equal to, transfer it, it will become 1 by root 2 OC. So this is one of the equation that we have got. Now we will find magnitude along y-axis. Magnitudes along y-axis. See this, I am rubbing it. Magnitude along y-axis. Y-axis. Along y-axis we will find magnitudes of all the 3 vectors. So for OA, magnitude of OA in y-axis. So OA is in negative y-axis, so we will write OA cos 0 degree, it will become cos 0 degree and negative in direction, so minus OA cos 0 degree. Cos 0 degree is 1, so minus OA. What is minus OA? That is equal to minus 5 meter along the y-axis, as this is negative y-axis. Now OB, see this OB is making 90 degree angle, 90 degree, this angle is 90 degree with the y-axis, so cos 90 degree, OB cos 90 degree. So now this one will become 0 as cos 90 is 0. In the same way OC vector is making 2 angles, one with x-axis and one with y-axis. So in the x-axis we have taken negative as it is in the opposite direction of the x-axis. In y-axis it is making a component which is equal to OC cos 45 degree. So cos 45 degree 1 by root 2 multiplied by OC, 1 by root 2 OC. Now from here also we can say that magnitudes along y-axis, they will add to 0. Let us add these 3. This will give you minus 5 plus 0, minus 5 plus 0 plus 1 by root 2 OC is equal to 0. Sum of all these 3. From here you will get 1 by root 2 OC is equal to 1 by root 2 OC, this is the axis, 1 by root 2 OC is equal to 5. Now we have got the 2 answers. OB is equal to 1 by root 2 OC. So OB 1 by root 2 OC and 1 by root 2 OC is equal to 5. So we have to find magnitudes of OB and OC. So what will be the magnitude of OB? OB is equal to 1 by root 2 OC, which is equal to 1 by root 2 OC, which is equal to 5 meter, and OC is equal to 1 by OC. OC is equal to, transfer this, it will become 5 root 2 meter. OB is equal to 5 meter and OC is equal to 5 root 2 meter is the answer that we are getting. So in this way you can solve the question using components of vector. That's all about today's class. We will meet in the next video. Thank you.